I've got to fix the key fob of my Frontera. I like this one because the little light comes on, it shows you what's happening. But half the time you have to give it a good bash before it'll work. Let's just see if it'll work. No. There you go. So I found out what it is because the other one does exactly the same. And I fixed that one, but as I say, I like this one because the little light tells you what it's doing. So what we need to do, it's quite an easy fix, but the first thing to do is to see this little tab here. I think we'll zoom in. There we go. There's a little tab here, just there, and so you have to lever that up and it separates the key from the fob. Now I'm trying to watch the monitor and do this as well, so it's not entirely easy. Now we have to split the case, and I'm trying to remember how to do that. There we go. We split the case. So in here we have a battery, and sometimes you think the key fob's not working, change the battery and it works fine for a short time, and then it starts acting up again. That's because this connection here on the back, it comes from the top of the cell down the side into the circuit board. Now I found that it's that connection that is faulty, which is why you bash it and it works for a short while. So the first thing to do is to remove the battery. Now with these things, if you've got greasy hands, the grease can conduct and flatten the battery. So before you put it back in, make sure that you wipe the battery very clean. Positive on the top. Now from what I remember, and we're making it up now as we go along, the circuit board comes out quite easily. There's a couple of tabs there. Can't remember. Probably needs a little knife. Let's have a look. There we go. Pop a blade down the back and hook it out. Just be a bit careful here because we've got some electronics. So let's have a look. Can we see? There's the tab, and it goes through to that little blob there. So what you've got to do is either fix that back in the circuit board, or as I'm going to do, solder a little bit of wire on there and just solder it on there. But you really need your best glasses on. So I've got a single piece of wire here, and it's a single strand, which is what we want. And I'll just keep the blue bit on there so we can see what's going on. We might have to go for 2 pairs of glasses here. That looks better. So the first thing to do, I've got the soldering iron fired up. First thing to do, is to tin the end of the wire. Hopefully that's tinned. That looks right. And then gently, next to this terminal there's a little positive sign. Got to be really careful. Don't want to go burning anything. Right, that's that done. Now we can bring that round and pull it round over that tab. What we'll do is we'll cut it off first. We'll just cut it off there. That will do nicely. Can we see? Are we in shot? Think so. So the wire is just there. Tin the end of the soldering iron. Difficult this. There we go. Job done. Switch the soldering iron off. Now, we then have to put this back in the right way. There are two buttons there, and if you were like me and you weren't observant which way round it went in, the switches will go the wrong way round. I think it was in that way round. So we just pop that back in there. If your switches are the wrong way round, your buttons, then just change the, flip it out and put it back. Clean the battery. And then pop the top back on. And then pop that back in there. Now it may be, because you've taken this apart, you then have to go to the car, stick this in the ignition and press one of the buttons within 30 seconds. That reorganises everything. But let's see what happens. Oh, it's working. I can just hear the car outside. Excellent. Give it a go. That fault has been on two key fobs, so it's obviously one of those little weaknesses.